Captain Marcus Chen had seen many things in his 20 years of interstellar trading, but nothing had prepared him for the sight before him in the Zarthian black market. The girl, if one could call her that, knelt on the grimy floor of the slave pens, her azure skin marked with bruises that gleamed purple under the harsh lighting. She couldn't have been more than 16 in human years, though Marcus knew better than to judge alien ages by appearance. What struck him most wasn't her obvious suffering, but her eyes. They held an intelligence that cut through the degradation surrounding her. That one, the slave trader, a hulking Kruvax with mandibles that clicked with each word, laughed. Cheap, very cheap, Valerian, no one wants them anymore. Marcus felt his jaw tighten. He'd heard about the Valerian situation. An entire species condemned by the Galactic Council for crimes their leadership had committed 3 generations ago. Now they were pariahs, property, less than nothing in the eyes of most civilized worlds. The chain around her neck was no metaphor. It was thick, industrial, the kind used for cargo restraints. She crouched on all fours because the chain was too short for her to stand. "Can you buy me?" Her voice was barely a whisper spoken in halting but clear galactic common. "Please, can you buy me and take me as your servant?" The Kruvax kicked the cage bars. "Quiet, merchandise." Marcus's hand moved to his sidearm before he caught himself. Starting a firefight in a black market on Tarsus Prime was a quick way to end up in chains himself. Or worse. "How much?" Marcus heard himself ask. "For you, human?" 2,000 credits, it was nothing. The fuel cell in his ship's cargo hold was worth 50 times that. Marcus pulled out his credit chip without hesitation. The girl, Lyra, she'd told him her name was Lyra, sat in the corner of his ship's medbay, knees drawn to her chest. The chain was off, but she still carried herself like it was there. "You're free," Marcus said for the 3rd time. "I'm taking you to the outer colonies. They don't recognize Galactic Council authority there. You can start over." She looked at him with those impossible eyes, 3-pupiled, designed for a world that orbited a binary star. Why what? Why buy me if not to use me? Humans are known for their sentiment, but also for their practicality. There must be a reason. Marcus sighed and sat down across from her, careful to maintain distance. "My grandmother escaped from a labor camp during the Sino-American Wars. She was treated like property for 3 years. She always told me, 'Marcus, when you have the power to break someone's chains and you don't, you become the chain.'" Lyra processed this for a long moment. "Your species fought each other? Before the stars?" "We still do sometimes," Marcus admitted. "Humans are good at a lot of things. Peace isn't always one of them." "Then why?" "Because we're also good at learning." He stood up, moving to the medical scanner. "Let me check those injuries. Some of those bruises look infected." She flinched when he approached, then forced herself still. As the scanner hummed over her skin, Marcus noticed the scars beneath the fresh wounds. Layers of them, some years old. "The Galactic Council says my people deserved punishment," Lyra said quietly, "for the genocide our leaders committed against the Horthian colonies. 3 billion dead. They say collective guilt is justice. The council is made up of politicians and bureaucrats who've never had to live with the consequences of their own rules," Marcus replied, reading the scan results with growing anger. "Malnutrition, bone fractures improperly healed, chemical burns. 3 billion Horthians died because of what your leaders did." "I'm sorry for that." "But you weren't there. You weren't even born. Then you don't believe in justice?" "I believe in proportional justice. I believe in rehabilitation. I believe that punishing children for their grandparents' crimes is just creating the next generation of hate." He met her eyes. "And I believe that anyone who chains another sentient being like a dog has lost the right to lecture anyone about morality." Lyra was quiet for a long time. "Then what will you do with me?" "Nothing." "You're not property. Once we reach the colonies, I'll help you get identification papers under a neutral registry. After that, it's your choice. Stay, go, whatever you want. I have no skills. I was taken when I was 7. I only know how to serve. Then you'll learn new skills. Humans have a saying, 'It's never too late to become who you might have been.'" He finished the medical scan and programmed the auto-doc to begin treatment. "This will take a few hours. You should rest." As he turned to leave, her voice stopped him. "Captain Chen, yes? Your grandmother, did she ever stop feeling the chains?" Marcus thought of his grandmother's nightmares, the way she would sometimes wake up screaming decades after her liberation. He thought of her gentle hands and fierce love, the sanctuary she'd built for refugees in New Shanghai. No, he said honestly, but she learned to carry them differently. She said the chains reminded her why freedom mattered, not just for her but for everyone. Lyra nodded slowly. Will you teach me? How to carry them. I'll teach you how to break them, Marcus said. For yourself and for others, if that's what you want. For the first time since he'd found her, something like hope flickered across her alien features. Yes, I think I would like that very much. As the ship's engines hummed to life, pushing them away from Tarsus Prime and toward the freedom of the outer colonies, Marcus made a note in his log. 1 rescued, millions more to go. It was humanity's greatest weakness and its greatest strength, the stubborn, illogical, completely impractical belief that one person could make a difference, and sometimes, just sometimes, they were right.